All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Lightwork Era, the space where purpose meets real life. Today's conversation is about service that feels alive, connection that feels natural, and what it means to move through the world as someone people are drawn to. I am so excited for this conversation. We are going to be talking about service, self peace, connection, and joy through the lens of someone who leads with their heart, humanity, and presence, even with expressive confidence, grounded warmth, and the kind of energy that people just feel before you even open your mouth. I am so happy to be joined today by Eilish Neely, a public health professional, connector, and community centered woman who is so vibrant and so joyful. She has a deep love for people, fashion, service, and creating space wherever she goes. This conversation already feels like a breath of fresh air. So, Lightwork Era family, please help me in welcoming Eilish Neely to Lightwork.
Thank you, Kiki. Oh my gosh, I will never get over hearing people talk about me. It's so good for the heart. I
Isn't
appreciate
it?
that. Yes,
Isn't
thank
it?
you. Sometimes we need that reminder. I think I'm gonna put you in my back
Mhm.
pocket on the days that I need. I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
Kiki out my pocket so you just
You know what? You
unleash
really
all that goodness.
absolutely could. And you
Yes,
know what? Before we even jump in, with that, there's you can literally put me in your back pocket in the sense of let's take a piece of whatever it is that you need, keep it there, and then you access it when you need it. That's
absolutely.
called like safe space. That's called whatever it is for you that you need wholeheartedly. Please and thank you. Please do that.
Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Kiki. Don't make me cry
Yeah.
already. We just got started.
Wait, but this is what it is. Leash. And
Do
let me
not
tell the
start with
audience.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I see you. We see
Yes,
each other.
thank
So
you. Yeah, amen.
yeah. No,
Yes,
honestly, I'm just really grateful and honored for sharing this space and time with you.
thank you.
So I just, when I was thinking about how to curate this season, literally, like I shared with you offline, like it's just very intentional. And just from the moment I met you, it was just like, oh, okay, clock it. Like it's all the things. So, how you show up just from your voice, from your smile, just to your overall energy. So I want to just jump in and just talk a little bit about
Sure,
energy and
let's do
how
it.
do you feel people experience you when they enter your orbit?
Ooh, okay. Um, so usually I'm wearing a bright color, right? So today I got on a crochet number. I bought it from a
Mhm.
black-owned business, but I usually like to lead with color. Coming up in the workforce, it was always like you must wear blue, black, or brown. That was never my thing. And
Mhm.
so I always was like most likely the brightest person in the room. I like to carry unique handbags and things like that. And so that's how people, so it's sort of like piques a curiosity in folks. So they're
Mhm.
probably like, well, who is this girl? And like,
Mhm.
why is she in this meeting about like black maternal health or I don't know, asthma? It's like, I'm here to help save the people, but be bright doing so. And
Right.
I think it starts off with a curiosity about who I am. Mhm.
Yeah, it's a curiosity. When you were saying the who's that girl, of course the who was that? Eve.
Oh,
Who's
yeah,
that
Eve. Yes.
girl? Like, yeah, like, like literally that could be a one theme song for you
Oh,
for
yes,
sure.
for sure. It's
Hmm.
gonna be in my other back pocket. Safe space in one, theme song, playlist on the other. That's what we're gonna do.
I can't. I mean, literally my stomach. Oh my goodness. Well, let's jump into like you as a well, no, I want to back it up. I want to back it up because we are going to jump into like who you are like presently because
Okay.
there's a journey to that. But I want to talk a little bit about Leash before the credentials.
Mm,
Who is she?
who is she? You're actually catching me at a very unique moment in time because I
Really?
just turned 39 2 weeks ago. And
Never
so
would have guessed it at all.
that's because I be moisturizing my face. I try to mind my business.
Yeah.
But I turned 39 and I'm in this space where it's kind of like fine before 39. And it's just
Hmm.
like, really embodying the last like year of my 30s, getting
Mhm.
ready for this next decade, the 40s, which I
Yeah.
heard is awesome. And so I am in a
Mhm.
space where I'm revisiting my tools, right? Like what
Mhm.
self-care tools do I use when I am finding myself maybe exhausted or burnt out, overspent, or maybe
Mhm.
anxious? Really fine-tuning the things that I like and I don't like. I have an idea, but it's like really get clear on it. And so you're
Yeah.
finding me in a more of a bolder energy and spirit than I have been
Mm.
over the last course of time because it's been
Yeah.
39 Eilish's at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
so I have been a different person every year, every other week probably, but I'm really but I'm just like in this season of newness because just
Mhm.
like, wow, you really are about to be 40 years old after a while.
Girl, it's a
Yeah,
blessing. It is a blessing.
it is a blessing.
Yeah.
So it's just
Mhm.
so yeah, so it's just sort of like curating the life
Mhm.
that I feel like I deserve.
Mhm.
And then sort of like carry that on into my next decade where additional magic will be made.
Oh, I mean, do y'all hear the nuggets that are already being dropped? What you say? You said 39 different Eilishes.
Y-
Okay. Yes, because that
yes.
different version we're building. We're building.
It
Yeah.
don't stop. It don't stop.
It doesn't. It does.
Yes.
Is there like out of the 39 Eilishes that you've experienced, is there one that's like, ooh, like that's a bad girl?
Ooh, yeah. So I posted this yesterday. It was a meme
Oh,
that said 2026 is feeling like 2016.
okay.
And 2016 was a pivotal moment for me in so many different ways. I started the current job that I have now as a public health professional at the city level, but then also like I moved out on my own in my own apartment and things like that. So the major shift, but I just look back often at the pictures of myself and I was like, I miss her. I don't miss not
Uh,
having like less money. I don't miss
yeah.
some of the things that she went through, but
Yeah.
looking at like the light in her eyes,
Yeah.
I miss
Yeah.
her a lot. And I think I was mourning her
Mm.
over the last year because I was, the phone keeps sending these reminder photos and
Oh,
things like that. And
yeah.
I was just like, how do I get back to her without being her? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
her at like an elevated, older, more mature level.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
By doing what you're doing now, but
Mhm.
you're able to hold space for other people too, and
Mhm.
that we'll touch on that. But I think
Mhm.
that, I think I actually saw that and I was like in your stories like, hey, hey, like there was a couple of things you had posted with music and stuff like that we were
Yes.
doing in 2016.
Yes. Oh my
And I'm
god.
like,
What a time
yeah,
to be alive. Like, what a time,
yes.
like, I
They not
don't
knowing.
know. Not knowing.
Yeah. I
Oh
think
my
my audience
gosh.
will get it though. I think they're right here with us. So take us through what 2016 maybe looked like for you. This is pre-demic, all the things, right? So 2016, what were some things that you feel like that glimmer was like, woo, for you?
In 2016, I turned 30. So
Okay.
it was like
Oh,
released in the 20s.
yeah.
I was so happy to be out them 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe just at the beginning of a new decade
Mhm.
again.
Mhm.
And everything just felt promising. Outside
Yeah.
felt different. Like again, the
Yeah.
music, the way the
Yeah.
sun would shine, the way the rain would fall. It just like the energy. As a public health person, I was very active during COVID-19.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
well, I don't want to say relief, but it was just reckoning, right?
Yeah.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
And as somebody who has, background public health and then went back to go do social work, I'm
Mhm.
looking at it from two different perspectives and we're
Mhm.
not we're not okay. Like that light, that fire, that excitement, those
Mhm.
sparks that was felt
Mhm.
prior to the pandemic is not here. And then
Yeah.
again, we have like a lot of like this worldly stuff going on, but it's just back then we just felt free. You was free having fun. We was
Oh,
outside.
yeah.
We was
Oh,
outside.
yeah. No face on face. Like, just
we, we, we was having a ball.
oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. And your work in like being a public health professional, and then there's that mix with the social work. What are you leading with? Like, what are some of the things that you have worked on, like as a public health professional?
So my focus is Black maternal health, and so is
Okay.
basically how to help people feel one confident as they go through their pregnancy and then journey to labor and delivery and beyond. We want them to have everything all the tools that they need, education wise, and even tangible items, so that they can feel confident as a parent, whether it's the first
Mhm,
time or the sixth
mhm,
time. And
mhm.
so what I do is I create programming for them to help them get ready or prepare and things like that. So that's what I've been doing for the past decade. And prior to that, I was doing similar work, but more so like as a field worker. And so I took what I learned from being a field worker, having to do home visits and stuff like that, to
Yeah,
then create programming. And then oddly enough, what led me to the mental health space is
uh-huh,
one I always loved. The mental health space, and I didn't talk outwardly about it because I didn't feel qualified to do so. And I do not take that lightly. It's a lot of voices
mhm.
online where people are talking about all kind of like anxiety, and maybe they self-diagnosing
Right.
OCD. And I don't
Mm,
find that to be funny, but I find that to be like a responsibility for, if you know you don't have the background to talk about it, please
mhm,
don't. Because you could do
mhm.
harm. You could still do
Yeah,
harm if you do know, but at least you
mhm,
kind of have more of a backing, as far as like education and licensure and things like that. But what
yeah.
led me to become a social worker was leading parenting classes. So no, I'm not a parent. I'm an auntie.
Okay.
I'm an
Oh,
auntie.
that's a real but aunties, like, give aunties all the credit, right? Like,
Yes.
yes, aunties are everything.
Everything, everything. And
Mhm,
so I lead parenting classes. So in those
mhm.
particular years earlier on, there were a lot of women who looked just like me. They even looked up to me, and
Yeah.
they were kind of like, you're like a sister cousin,
Mhm,
type of person. And I wish we had somebody like you when we were going through our stuff, right? And
mhm.
I think about the things that led them to go to parenting class, which means maybe their child was removed from the home, and
Right.
they needed the class, right, in order
Mhm.
to be reunited with their child. But
Yep.
then what led them to get into this situation,
Yeah,
right? What was the
yeah.
moment where they felt neglected, abandoned, abused, and then who was in their life listening to them? And even when we notice that folks are mandated to do certain things,
Mhm,
maybe the therapist wasn't adequate. There was somebody who
mhm,
couldn't relate to the particular
mhm.
person, and so they kind of lost, I guess, confidence and interest, right,
Yep,
in
yep.
receiving therapy services because they only had it connected to being in the system, quote unquote.
Uh-huh.
And so I decided to go back to school so that I can combine mental health with public health to be able to help people live healthier realities and adopt healthier behaviors, because I always say we cannot teach people to talk to people about eating broccoli and kale if they are going through a crisis.
Mhm.
So,
For
yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
Oh, that's beautiful. And then being in that space and still being able to take care of leash, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What, how are we preventing or I don't even know if we're preventing, but when we are in it, how are you making sure that attention and focus is still on how you feel so that you
Mm,
can prevent like burnout and that compassion fatigue?
mm. And it happens. It's like it's not
Yeah,
foolproof. It
yeah.
it cre it creeps in, and sometimes when you're not even
Uh-huh.
thinking. But
Yeah.
what I do tend to have are standing yoga classes.
Ooh. Wait.
Yes.
You standing, like
Or
just the
standing routine.
okay, routine. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. She was
gotcha.
like, "Oh, what kind of yoga is that?" No, but it but like, so for instance, I just graduated some parents in the latest cohort of parenting journey parents. So,
Woohoo.
but during the time, just like, no, Wednesdays are the day I need to go to yoga. Like the middle of the
Mhm.
week, I need to go
Mhm.
take care of myself.
Mhm.
And then I like to take walks. I like to create stuff. Like you've seen me
Oh, yeah.
online, going to different crafting events around the city
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I love to
Yeah.
be creative. And
Yeah.
so I sort of I kind of I have like a few things that I do, but those are the main two: being creative, but also going to
Mhm.
yoga, to just release. I get to
Mhm.
let things go, clear my mind, and then just
Mhm.
focus on my breath, which is largely the major thing of yoga. Is just like, it's just you and the mat. Like, you're in a room full of
Yeah.
people, but it's you, it's the mat, and it's God,
Mm.
and it's your breath, and then,
Ooh.
and that's you for an hour.
Yeah, you said it's yoga, the mat, you and God. Like, ooh, I love that. That's a combination for you.
Mhm.
I've tried yoga. I haven't stuck to the girl. But
Imma come out there to California, and we gonna go.
okay, look, listen, Leash, I'm with it. Please and thank you. I mean, and you being on the East Coast and I'm West Coast,
Mhm.
there is this, we're the capitals of different things, right? And
Yeah.
so um I really feel like sometimes out here, um things are available, but you have to go. If anybody from LA knows that LA is not just LA, like,
Yeah.
so a lot of things are far. So you have to find places that are in the neighborhoods and the community that you can have access to. I'm grateful that I'm able to do the traveling, but everybody can't do that. And so having access to it, that's a beautiful thing um to experience. And you come all you don't even just tell me I'm here and then I already know what we're
Come
doing.
scoop me up. But,
Yeah.
actually, New York City could be like that also because I'm in the
Mhm.
Bronx, but I'm in a
Yeah.
certain part of the Bronx where it's, like, further, from
Uh-huh.
everything, and then also on top of that, the Bronx is, like, one of the, more under-resourced boroughs out of the 5
Mhm.
boroughs,
Mhm.
and so we don't have a lot of, like, yoga studios and things like
Okay.
that, and so I do have to go out sometimes
Ah,
and to venture into the other boroughs, other parts of the city,
okay.
even Westchester County, sometimes even New Jersey, just to
Okay.
do things sometimes. But it takes the I guess curiosity and then the determination to want to have a good time and pour into
Yeah.
yourself and then discover something to be
Yeah.
able to just sort of like, all right, I know it's gonna be a 2-hour commute, but we're
Ooh,
going.
girl. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, you're a Bronx girly.
Bronx, yes, BX. I will always defend my borough. I don't care what anybody say.
What I mean, I go up for the Bronx. I
Thank you.
really, really do. I promise I do. I'm like, I think I told you offline that I'm like, okay, for this episode, this is my baddie from the Bronx.
That's
Like,
it.
yes, come on,
X is
Leash.
up. X is up.
Yes. So what is you said borough. So that's a term I feel out here we say hood, like this
Yeah.
our hood, like, so what is a borough? What are the five that you were talking about?
So, New York City, and so
Okay.
this is the thing. The running joke is that New Yorkers are insufferable. We are
Okay.
insufferable. I will
Okay.
own that, and I think
Okay.
that's what is a part of our personality. It's what
Okay.
it is, right? So
Uh,
we always say it's like the United States of New York. People are just like, oh my God, like please get over yourself. So there's New York State, the whole
okay.
state of New
I
York,
know the
and there's New
state.
York
Okay.
City.
Okay.
And
N-
so, the city itself is made of 5 boroughs. So that's the Bronx, that's Manhattan, Queens, Harlem, and
Mhm.
Staten Island.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I knew Bronx, Harlem, and Queens, Staten
yeah.
Island, and what was the other one?
So I said Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, Manhattan, and
Manhattan. Okay.
Queens. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Manhattan. So then when you think about like where your favorite artists are from, right? So like Wu
Yeah.
Tang is like Staten Island,
Hey, Mr. Man,
Mace and
as a friend,
Dipset. Yeah. Mason Dipset is Manhattan. You got Brooklyn is like, Jay-Z, the Bronx is we got like Cardi B and yeah, we got a bunch of people out here. So
I mean, you do. Okay, and
Queens is
what
LL
about
Cool J. Let me be balanced. Queens is LL Cool
you
J
naming
and
all
like
my
Ja Rule.
people?
Right, exactly. So that, we are
You're
we
like,
are
of
very much
course.
represented.
Of course I
Yeah,
am.
exactly. 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 We are well represented out here.
Yeah.
So yes.
Oh, okay. And were you born and raised there?
Yes. Born, bred,
Yeah.
and buttered. Born, bred, and
Okay.
buttered in the Bronx. Uptown
Do you see
girl.
yourself living anywhere outside of there, outside of New York, the state?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think too, like New York, and that's why I say I will always defend my city whether I'm there or not,
Hmm.
or here or not.
Hmm.
But it's almost 4 decades here has been quite an experience.
Yeah.
It was the 9/11. Like some people don't even
Hmm.
know World Trade was bombed twice.
Wait, wait, wait. Okay, so I this is, being recorded, so I got a sound. That's like,
Uh,
but what? What are we talking about? It was bombed twice. Are you talking
tw
about the two separate planes or
nope.
something else? Okay,
So in
educate the
1990,
people.
yes, in 1993 there was an explosion in the World Trade Center as well. It's just that the biggest one was the one
Mhm.
in 2000 and
9/11,
yeah, and one.
2001? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So it
Um,
happened. So it was targeted,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
all the ones that we know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But other than that, like,
Mhm.
and then oddly enough, I was like at World Trade, like maybe like a few days to a week before it was an attack on the
Seriously?
World Trade. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
as a
Oh my
school
goodness.
trip. Cause I was like,
Oh,
I was watching the news. And I was telling my mom, I was like, I was just in that building. I was just there. So that, so it's just kind of like all the things that we have gone through, we had like a
yeah,
big blackout in 2003. Y'all might have seen that on the news as well. It was
yeah,
like, and COVID, I
yeah,
mean, everything like to
yeah,
go. I remember like the Code Orange years when we would ride the
yeah.
train and the train opened up at 42nd Street. You'll see bomb sniffing dogs at the train platform, big
Mhm,
guns, all of that. So
mhm,
it's a very vibrant spot, but then also it's
yeah,
changing a little bit because
mhm,
influencers are moving here, and so it's
yeah,
not. The vibe is feeling a little bit different, but because I truly enjoy my city and I like to go around and see and do different things, I'm
mhm,
okay with saying I have done enough here. I have enjoyed my time here. It has
mhm,
made me who I am. I have grown a lot,
yeah.
and it's time to go be somewhere that's more peaceful. Right now, I don't know where that's at,
Okay,
but
okay.
eventually, but eventually, yeah, I will. I will like to like go and like just
Yeah, you're
live slower.
exploring and you're figuring it out. Yeah.
Yeah, and live slower too. Like the
Mhm.
fast paced stuff at a certain age, you're just kind of like, mm-hmm,
Yeah. I
it's
think
time
I
to slow
had
down.
I went on a trip like years and years ago, like 2015. It was a group trip similar to actually how we met. And
Uh-huh.
then one of the girls, she was from New York. Now I can't remember where. I want to say she was from Brooklyn. Um but I don't want
Probably,
to get it wrong. But yeah.
probably so. It's
But
a lot of
she
yeah.
walked
It's always somebody from
so
Brooklyn.
fast. And I was like, "Girl, like, where are we going?" Like, what? Like,
It's in us.
yeah,
It's not on us. It
yeah,
is in us,
yeah,
and so
yeah,
that's just how we. Now the benefits of growing up here is being in
yeah.
so many different spaces with folks who are different.
Mhm.
Like we're not surprised about a lot of the things that like if you see something online about like that's happening across the city like Manhattan or any of the other boroughs, it's more likely it's not AI. It happened. Like
Yeah.
just random sightings and weird things going on. It just makes
All
it
the stuff
fun.
on the trains and stuff?
Oh
Really?
yeah,
They
that'd
couldn't
be real. That'd be real. It's real. People call me up all the time like, "Is this real?" I'm like, "Yes, that's
Oh
real."
my gosh. Was there anything that stands out to you, like, you've been on the train and you didn't think anything of it, but if you shared it with someone, they'd be like, "For real?"
Ooh, probably not. Probably not. There's a lot of things that we've seen on the train, but
Oh.
I think the one that kind of what as you was asking the question, what popped up is when I was on the
Uh-huh.
train one time and this magician came on and he like
Uh-huh.
pulled a rabbit out of a hat on the train.
Leash. I'm trying so hard not to because
I
your
will never
face
forget
usually
it.
look
It
like
was like 20 years
serious.
ago. It was like 20 years ago. And I still, I'm like, well, where is he? And where's the rabbit? Like, I want to know,
You want the follow-up.
I want to
Like,
follow up. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's one of the things. And then you just see all kind of like people doing musical acts, on the train. One guy, he was voguing, like he was on the train all normal 1 minute. And the next minute he
Uh-huh.
put these white boots on with heels on them. And the train was his runway. He had music. And I was just like, oh, I wasn't ready. I didn't know. you know,
Oh my
um,
goodness.
yeah. So you have to, I always suggest that people ride the train when they come here because you never know what you're going to see.
Okay. We'll put
Yeah.
that on my to-do list for
Yeah,
sure.
but go with somebody
Um,
who know, like go with a New Yorker, because we be like, all right, back up, all
yeah.
right, don't engage. They're gonna try to ask for some money, like, so go
Okay.
with a native, yeah,
Okay.
mm-hmm,
Absolutely.
yes,
Well, it's a few of y'all that are still there, um, that I'm like friendly with and things like that. And I'm like,
yes.
okay, well, y'all gonna be getting the calls for
Oh,
sure.
come on,
You know?
Kiki. Mm,
Um, you being a connector, speaking of like being just a native of something, I feel like
uh-huh,
just inherently you connect people.
mhm.
Um, tell me a little bit about, well, because why I'm saying that is even how I feel connected to you through how we met.
Yes.
And, we met on a trip to Bali,
It was a
and
lovely
all the
trip.
things. It was a beautiful trip.
Oh
Yeah, it
my
was so
gosh.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then just what came out of that was, even though I haven't physically been in your presence since, it's just the conversation, the
Yeah.
flow and the energy, the connection
Mhm.
that still stayed. So
Yeah.
talk to me. Have you always felt like you are a connector? Do you get that feedback a lot about being a connector?
I do actually, but
Yeah.
not outright saying a connector. So
Yeah.
there's a few examples. Like one time, one of my friends was like, "Oh my God, I made like this big money goal," and they were like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, because you introduced me to the financial advisor, and he was really helpful." Now, mind you, I done forgot.
Uh-huh.
I done
Mhm.
forgot I made the referral, but they
Yeah.
took it and they ran with it, which was
Yeah.
cool, which I appreciated. Um, but I think innately I get that from my father. My dad's a connector.
Mm.
Like he's always like, oh, you need a job? Go talk to so and so, or like,
Mhm.
or he'll like help you guide you through the process. And I think I
Uh-huh.
got that honestly. Um,
Yeah.
as a child, I might not have been like that. I think when I got into the real world, it
Uh-huh.
became a little bit more easier because I was in different spaces, right? You're
Yeah.
interning, you're a student here,
Uh-huh.
you're volunteering there, and so you meet all these folks, and you're kind of like creating this like Rolodex
Mhm.
of people, and then you meet other folks, and you just like you say you're interested in that. Oh, I know a person. And
Yeah.
then I will like just because it just makes sense. I wouldn't feel
Yeah.
right. I would feel selfish like withholding something like that for somebody who needs it.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to your dad, for being
Mhm.
just a connector and the things that I think you even shared with me that someone like went to school because like you had mentioned something or they noticed that you had went to school. What was that?
Yeah, so it was so okay, so it's in two different directions, so or
Uh-huh.
two different scenarios, or maybe a few different scenarios. I was talking to some folks at my job, and because
Yeah.
somebody was like, "Oh, you're interested in social work school? Go talk to Eilish," and that happened. And so, I know one for sure. She's in her second semester, of social work school now, and I kind
Mhm.
of like laid out the process. I'm like, this is how it should go. This is what to expect.
Mhm.
X, Y, and Z. And then the other ones I sort of like planted the seed. So we'll see if they go on to social work. But then I have
Mhm.
friends who, they were going through the process and they were like, could you review my essay, or could
Yeah.
you help me prep for the interview process? And I had
Yeah.
no problems doing that because there were people who also did that for me. So I
Yeah.
didn't, but then I also was going
Mhm.
through the application process myself, and that was about 4 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. I graduated in 2023. Oh yeah, so that was a while ago. So
Uh-huh.
I was going
Yeah.
through my application process, and then it was another friend who was kind of like, "Oh, I see you you are applying, or you got in. I forgot at which stage it was." And then she was like, "Oh, I was thinking about doing it too." And I was like, "You should totally do it." She was like, "The deadline's like tomorrow." I said, "I think you should try. I
Yeah.
think you should try." And we
Yeah.
actually graduated the same year.
Wow.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that? That's connection. That's that connectivity. That's that sustainability of even being grounded in who you are as a person. Like, yeah, I can do this, you can do this too. You can borrow my belief, do it. Go
Mhm.
for it.
I
Yeah.
think, and that's something that I feel is a gift of mine, is sort of like I listen to people talk for real, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this is apparently your interest, so like, why aren't you
Mhm.
going for the thing? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know, and I'm like, you should go
Yeah.
for it. And
Yeah.
then we kind of talk about it, and then some of them go forth and do great things, and I think that's probably partly of why God sent me down, was to be like that sort of like nudge for people to really understand the magic that's within them, and then figure out the ways in which to cultivate it and then let it flourish.
Absolutely. And as you're saying
Mhm.
that, as you're wearing these beautiful flowers and things about flourishing and blooming,
And
like,
that
yes, just let it bloom, let it
yes,
go. Like, woo.
exactly. Because we're
Yeah,
not here. I do stand by the fact that we're not here to live mediocre lives.
period.
Yeah.
We absolutely, yeah,
No.
the end, right? We are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. This,
Mhm.
don't have me flip open the Bible and let's get some, but we're going to
Come on, Kiki.
pivot.
If it's in your spirit, let them use you. Let them use you. Okay.
Please, girl. Okay. If we were in person, this was, oh my gosh, I'd probably be running already. But we're gonna do this little foot tap,
Okay.
tap, tap.
Okay. We take it. We take it. We take it.
But yeah, so speaking of like the flourishing and the blooming, that creative piece in you, I know you create.
I
Where
do.
does that, I don't want to say where does it come from, but what helps you say like ooh, this feels so good to me? How does it show up? How do you express
Mhm.
those creative ideas?
So I've been creative all my life. I used to draw. I don't know why I don't know how to draw now. It's gone. I
Wait,
used
are
to
we back
draw.
to stick figures or what kind of drawing did you do?
I used to do all kind of different little like reenactment of scenes and maybe draw like cartoons. But
Oh, wow.
one thing that I remember a lot was when I used to draw like I used to be super obsessed with like I don't know what is it? It's a kind of like earth science, I guess. And we would talk about like the rainforest and we would talk about the ocean and stuff like
Mhm,
that. And
mhm.
it was times where I like have drawn pictures of like the
Yeah.
rainforest and the different levels, like the canopy and all these things with
Mhm.
the little different animals in there. And I remember my teacher liked one of them and she asked me to put it on like like bigger paper. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's what you want me to do. And so yeah, I used to love to draw. I was in
Yeah.
Girl Scouts for a little while, so it was crafty things that we would do
Oh,
there. But I have crafty people in my family. I have
you do?
creative aunts, yeah, and so
Oh.
like growing up, they made stuff like costumes for us and all of that, and so I think the way in which I really started to delve and the time frame that I really started to delve deeper into being creative was during grad school for my first master's because I was like feeling stressed and anxious and a little bit low in spirit.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
so I was just like, well, what can I do? What can I do? And at that point, I started to make scarves. I started to loom
Oh,
knit scarves. And then I started making earrings. That's how my earrings started as well. And it made me
yeah.
feel better. It was an outlet that wasn't reading a bunch of journal articles. It was an outlet that wasn't writing papers. And
Mhm.
it was in addition to school, just more of a more difficult period for me. And so I just needed
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah. Well, clock it
Mhm.
with the first masters, okay? Now,
You know,
okay,
you see
come on.
me. You see me.
Yes, I see it.
You say, "Hey."
Yes, and is, like, yes, I love it. That is so beautiful, and just thank you for that vulnerability. You literally painted that picture. You just helped us walk through what that actually really looked like, and most likely was
Mhm.
feeling like when you said, you're feeling a little bit low, just needing
Yeah,
something to uplift you, like,
yeah.
bring your energy into a certain space. Anxiety is so real, and so many of us, we all, let me speak for myself,
Mhm,
definitely deal with having to manage our
mhm,
own expectations around certain things, and how you
mhm.
can allow your mind to do things, or like, and cause us to have that overwhelm in certain areas.
Mhm,
So I'm so
mhm.
grateful that you were able to have something that helps sustain you,
Right.
help you stay rooted, stay connected. um are your earrings like, I've seen your earrings and all the things, and I think even on vacation you had some of them on, right? Like,
I did,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So, what are your earrings meant to express?
It kinda goes back to what I was saying about how I, like, just present, right? I
Yeah.
typically wear brighter colors and bolder prints
Mhm.
and things like that, and it's just, I just feel like you should live life in color, and you should have
Ooh.
fun, and you should feel good in
Oh.
what you wear, and so I use a lot of colorful materials and, for, like, my button earrings, and then when it's the yarn, I use vibrant colors, like, I was super obsessed. I made a neon green pair.
Period.
of my tassel earrings, and I wore
Uh-huh.
them all summer, and you could not tell me nothing. Like, I had neon green nails. I was a glow stick, and I was so excited. Oh my gosh, it felt so good, and I want
Yeah,
people to also feel like that when they're wearing my earrings. Um, and so, yeah, it's just basically just like live life in color. It's just even if they're more of a basic person that like to wear black and brown, you could still pop on a color to make it a little bit more exciting and interesting. And so I love seeing my earrings out in the wild. I see
yeah,
folks, they just at brunch, they are at
yeah.
graduation, they on a
Mhm,
date, they on
mhm.
vacation, and they just wearing. I was like, look at they just being a part of somebody else's story,
Yeah.
and a joyful moment.
I absolutely love that. Like, okay,
Mhm.
note to self, let me be logging on. I'm like, okay, hey girl, hey, let me get my order in because I cannot be without. No.
Yeah. And you a fly
So
girl too, and you a
yeah.
fly
Oh,
girl,
thank
so
you. Thank you, boo. I
yes. I
see
don't
you.
have
I see.
Thank you. I don't have them on today because of the
Yeah.
headphones. They would have been too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still giving. It's giving what it's supposed to give.
Thank
And I
you.
know fashion is important, to us all. It is a way that we express ourselves. Do you feel like um, fashion and like you creating plays into how you show up confidently with the vibrance? Does it echo anything for your confidence?
That's a good question. Yes.
Yeah.
I grew up being like, it was times I was being bullied and teased and things like that.
Mm,
And so, it took me a while to build my confidence up.
yeah.
The confidence probably didn't really hit until college,
Yeah.
maybe. And it was
Okay.
just kind of like, because college, I stayed home to go to school. So I was at local college, and it was
Uh-huh.
just floating around New York City, and then you
Yeah.
just see everybody else being different. I think, and you know what too? Let's throw that back to them 2000s, 2010s. People
Uh-huh.
was doing their own thing. Like,
Oh
we
yeah.
might have had on the same lipstick brand, like it was the
Uh-huh.
MAC era and the this and the that. We
Oh,
might have been
sure.
having some of the same stuff on, but
Yeah.
everybody kind of had their own vibe. Like, we need to bring that back, right?
Oh, agreed.
But yeah, I developed my own vibe by just
Yeah.
being out in the world and just, navigating being a college student. So that means that, people weren't waking me up in the morning. I had to do things on my own, right? Just kind of
Yeah.
like peak adulthood, really. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where my confidence starts. And then, you have your ebbs and your flows as things happen. But ultimately, I want to say, just like, if I'm wearing something bright, I'm entertaining myself and keeping myself feeling upbeat.
Yeah.
But then I also maybe putting a smile on somebody else's face who's like receiving me, whether it's just like
Mm-hmm.
in a meeting on the block,
Mm-hmm.
online at the store, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You said on the block. Okay. On the block. I mean, it needs to be everywhere you are for sure.
Mhm.
Well, then speaking of that, then what does an ordinary day kind of what does that look like? Whether it's just like your workflow or an ordinary day on the block, what does it look like to be a native of the BX?
Ooh, I guess that looks different for everybody depending on, like, so
Sure.
there's some early bird folks, so there's some people who are up and out before the sun come up.
Okay.
The Bronx, oddly enough, this came out during some statistics for COVID-19. A lot of the workforce, like the healthcare workers, were from uptown in the Bronx. Uptown and in the
Really?
Bronx. So it's a lot of folks who like serve here. I
Mhm.
know there's a lot of uh, many things are said about people from the Bronx and the Bronx, but there's a lot of hardworking folks here, and a lot of people who are like nurses and doctors and all kind
Mhm.
of hospital personnel. Yeah, this
Mhm.
is a whole bunch of
Mhm.
folks. So I guess it depends on how early you gotta get up. Will determine what goes on for that particular individual
Mhm.
out here. But for me, it looks differently from when I have to go into the office versus when I'm remote. When I'm remote, I tend to try to ease into my day, whether I might sleep a little longer, but if not, I would have woken up slowly, been able to do like a quick little workout, make a nice cup of coffee, and
Yeah.
then sort of like set the tone. Like right now, I have a diffuser on with some peppermint
Oh,
oil going off in the background, but
of
like
course you
just
do.
I got a little tea over here, but I just because I like to feel comfortable and cozy and
Yeah.
yeah, and content in my environment. And so I want that to help me do and show up best at work and put
Mm.
me in a better disposition and put me in a better mood. Now, where I'm at when I'm having to leave to go to the office, I'm still reworking that, just because
Mhm.
the morning time tend to be a little bit more stressful for me
Yeah.
because of the commute. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to I'm sitting here trying to figure out, okay, do I get up early? Do I like do nothing? Do I,
Mm.
work out, or do I do some yoga, or do I do a
Yeah.
light, little Pilates class, or
Yeah.
do I read, or do I pray, or what? So I'm just trying to
Mhm.
figure out the order of things so it could
Mhm.
be centered around ease and easefulness, and I could just, kind of like leave and go into the office feeling a
Yeah.
lot better instead of feeling rushed or hurried or anxious.
Absolutely. So what I heard behind all that is that you over there doing light work. Honestly, you over there doing you literally are doing light work, like a
Right.
little bit of this, a little diffuser, a little tea, a little ease, a little Pilates, or a little yoga. I was
Yes,
like, "Oh, did Leash even hear that she just dropped the bar when you said you want to be comfortable, cozy, and content?" I was like, "Okay, come on, Triple C,
I
like you
do.
just,
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah,
love
it's
it."
important. It's important
Hmm.
because like we both in positions where we have to help others, and help them navigate the different things that they're navigating. And
Yeah.
some days are a lot more tougher because of what
Mm.
folks are experiencing. On top of us living our own life, on top of what's
Woof,
going on locally in the news, on top of what's
woof,
going on in the news nationally, and
yeah,
worldwide. And so
yeah.
what piece do we have for ourselves?
Oh yeah. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. When you were talking earlier just about what you do like with maternal health and
Mhm.
things like that, it made me think about the incident that recently was publicized, and not that this is the only time this is happening, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And I don't want to get her name wrong, but it's the doctor that she was a mental, I mean,
She was a midwife, yeah.
yeah,
A
midwife, and
doctor
then
midwife,
yeah,
yes.
doctor midwife, and she
Mhm.
actually died during giving birth to her first child, and I said, "Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, the disparities are there."
Is there.
Is there anything that you feel would that you've been working on, or that you have just been privy to through conversations, that you feel would assist, Black women specifically for helping to
Mhm.
protect, like, themselves, like, maternally, or when what they need to advocate for, um
Mhm.
as a parent or a parent to be.
I think first off is folks sort of like paying attention to who their providers are.
Okay.
Folks, they just kind of like allow the insurance company to assign them a doctor,
Mm,
and you can actually do a little bit more research and find out,
yeah,
like, if enough
yeah.
people complained about this person or what
Mhm,
have you.
mhm,
So I always suggest to treat it like dating and vet
mhm.
your providers.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
primary, that's your OB, that's
Mhm,
the your dentist, that
mhm,
is your therapist, everybody.
mhm. Everybody.
Everybody,
Yep.
everybody,
Swipe,
you know?
swipe. No, not literally,
Yeah.
but,
No, literally.
review.
No,
Yeah, literally.
actually literally too.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm, mhm.
so I think that's major because then people feel like they don't have control. And that's why,
Yeah,
things happen the way they do because there's a perception that I don't have the voice, like nobody's listening to me and I don't have a say.
yeah,
And that's a big thing in maternal health, and especially Black maternal health, is like folks being ignored, their
yeah,
concerns being ignored, their pain and worries are being ignored.
yeah, yeah.
And so for people to just be on folks' neck when they're getting serviced,
Mhm,
if something doesn't look right, then don't let it slide. Like, elevate it,
mhm.
get some wise counsel on how to proceed. But I think it starts off with like picking providers that you trust
Yeah,
and you trust
absolutely.
yourself and your family in the
Yeah,
care of.
yeah,
And then also when things go on, to be
yeah,
able to elevate it and stand up for yourself. And also get the names of the people who have done the thing.
yeah.
A lot of times some of the moms call, my program and like, oh, the lady over there at the building. I'm like, what is her name? You need her
Right.
name.
We do. We need names. We do. We need because you need to be able to account for your experience and
Yes.
like, and be able to, like, anchor somebody's, like, understanding of what you are experiencing. Like, "Oh, when I went there, I talked to Dr. Tiffany, and then
Yeah.
this happened," and,
Yeah.
like, making sure that and that's for our own personal, like, connection as
Yes.
well. That's how you build
Mhm.
connection with your providers when you take the time, like, to kinda make that mutual, like, understanding, like, what's your name? The simple things that sound simple are
Mhm.
definitely needed.
Yep. Yep. So
Mhm.
I think largely those are the 2 that I think we don't necessarily speak about enough,
Yeah.
outside of the fact that, there's racism up and through all
Woo!
of that, and,
Yeah.
and prejudice, and discrimination, and
Yeah.
how care is even delivered sometimes, and,
Yes.
but yeah, I think what we can control is basically, like, who is our provider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for the
Yeah, I
most
just
part.
love yeah, for the most part. Yep, you're absolutely right. I just love how you're sprinkling in, the therapeutic pieces too, like our locus of control and like this is within in your reach. This is what you have access to and you get to influence that outcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Um and with that, because you're so immersed in what you do and you are living an experience as a Black woman,
Mhm.
what boundary helps to like create or no, maybe not even create, but protect like
Mhm.
your joy when you are serving others?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. Is it a work in progress? Do you feel like,
It
no,
is.
got it?
It is.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Yeah.
It is because it is because I'm at also a crossroad for as
Oh,
far as like my career and what it actually does look like. And I've
yeah.
been doing similar work for the past 15 years, and so it's kind of like, well, what does that look like now?
Mm-hmm.
In this day and age
For
with
this
who I
season.
am in this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the work is hard. Like Black
Mhm,
maternal health
mhm,
is sad some of the
mhm,
times, a lot of the
mhm,
time, just because you see
mhm.
people at their lowest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of families out there who need help. And then sometimes there are deaths, right?
Yeah.
But what makes it rewarding is when you get to hear the stories of people coming back and they said, I remember when you did this, you helped me. I'm in a different space because you wrote that referral, or,
Yeah.
things like that.
Mm,
And just their reaction sometimes to some of the services that we're able to offer them,
yeah.
whether you could see deep gratitude, from the heart,
Yeah.
from the people that we serve. And so
Yeah.
that's where the joy comes in. But a lot of times it's hard.
It is. It is.
Mhm.
And thank you even for, being transparent to say that because it is, doing this work and you do something very specific, right? So
Mhm.
that is like just a whole different layer of the best word that I have access to right now is
Mhm.
accountability, but it's even
Mhm.
deeper than that because like it's still rooted in like that compassion, rooted in like that connectivity and wanting to honor what you need for
Mhm.
yourself, but then also saying, let me show up for
Yeah.
this family.
Yep.
Like, and so I can totally understand where might want to be like, let me zoom out, let me see what's happening.
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The
And
39
maybe
virgin leash.
and also too, I mean, it's a good question to sort of like think about as well. Maybe I didn't think about it in that way.
Uh-huh.
And so it's something so I can report back after I've
Please
meditated
do.
on it a little bit. Yeah. But so
Okay.
far what I will say as of right now is just that it's hard.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then it's you see the rewards sometimes. That's public health though. Like,
Oh.
we are if there's a public health emergency, we are
Mhm.
supposed to respond to keep people
Yeah.
healthy
Yeah.
and safe.
Yeah.
And sometimes there is no real thank you other than people living.
Mm.
Like
Ooh. Oh, my goodness. Oh my gosh. You're planting the seeds, but you don't usually get you know what? Thank you, leash. Thank you, Miss Neely. You don't really get that.
mhm. 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 Yeah.
Girl. Oh, well, thank
Yeah.
you, leash, for what you are
Thank you.
doing
Thank
in
you.
the Black maternal health world and leading so many different areas. I heard you. I see you when you say like, I'm over here creating programs. Like these things have to be sustained. People need to know about it.
Yep.
Like and that's the other part to maternal health, Black maternal health is not knowing what you have around you
Hmm.
and having to be in a certain place in your life sometimes to get access to it.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And being
Yeah.
open and being
Mhm.
open to receive as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness. Couple more questions I just want
Sure.
to touch on, and then we're gonna go into our lightning round.
Okay, let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah. And it's probably gonna feel just a little similar to what I've asked you because I want to ask because social media is a thing,
It is
and
a lot of
sometimes
things.
a
A lot of things.
exactly that's where I'm going with that. So like the culture of if it's not posted, it didn't happen.
Hmm.
The like how are we as in you, um, how are you exuding like peace even if it's not posted? Like I heard you with like yoga, Pilates, and all those things, but what does
Hmm.
that look like? If it were to be a social media post, what like what things? I guess what I'm asking is, what things are you keeping off social media to yourself to protect your peace?
Hmm. Oh. Mm. Very good question.
Yeah.
To protect my
Yeah.
peace, because a lot of what I post online is exactly who I am. So
Yeah.
if people were to experience me online, they have
Mhm.
experienced me pretty much in person.
Yeah.
Um,
Love
so
it.
I'm not, maybe not that much. I guess I I think for me, I
Mhm.
balance being a Capricorn.
Cat season.
And is that an ambivert where it's like you kind of
Mhm.
I'm an
Where you're both?
ambivert as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of
Uh-huh.
both.
Okay.
I present like an extrovert, and I'm
Mhm.
not exactly an extrovert. I'm more so in the middle, depending on what's happening.
Mhm.
So what I don't post hmm, I don't post what I don't want people to know. You know what I mean? Like I
Gotcha.
still keep
Yeah.
certain things. Like some people are
Yeah.
extremely vulnerable on the
Yeah.
internet, and at the end of the day, these folks are strangers.
Yeah.
And so maybe my most private thoughts are not up
Mhm.
there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, yeah, because people try to also study you
Oh, absolutely.
via the internet.
Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
they think and it's so interesting how you say, like, what you're posting is you, right? So,
yeah,
yeah, so people will get to know you, but it's this is the part that I'm going to, give you access to, but just
yes,
being in the world of sometimes people will, know you before you know them.
yeah.
So, just
I get that
understanding that
often. Actually,
yeah,
I get that
I'm
often.
sure you do, that's why I
You
wanted
know
to
why?
know.
Because I wear so I don't have them on today, but my earrings,
Uh-huh.
they people usually remember me in the meeting. Like if I'm on a Zoom meeting or I'm
Yeah.
in an actual meeting, they're like,
Mhm.
I remember those earrings. So
Yeah.
I've seen you before, or
Yeah.
I always love, and I'm just like, I don't know who that is, but
Yeah.
hey,
Hey,
hi. But they
yeah.
don't always.
Yeah.
So I do get that
Yeah.
quite often. I don't know. I just feel like the whole it's now a conversation. It was not a conversation before, but monitoring spirits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hello?
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people, I post up stories and people don't know because
Mm.
I have the creator Instagram. I can see who views my stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you always viewing, but you're never
Not
liking.
near like, not near anything. Or do you even follow me? I don't know.
Like, I'm just saying. So if it's that many people studying me without interacting,
Hello.
then I don't need to put my super personal details up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very much like that. The minute like we're not cool no more, I'm blocking everybody.
Oh.
I don't want you
Yeah.
studying me from afar. I don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And that's that
I go back
Capricorn.
and forth. Let me keep it I go back and forth. Some people like, yeah, I want you to see. Even though I don't even post like that, but like just the
And I don't
general
know why
pop.
you don't post like that because you fly.
Girl, not you calling me out.
Let's do better in
Let's
2026,
do
TQ.
better. Okay. Facts. Because with all this launching and all the things, and it's even beyond that. And I don't have a moment because the it became like not me being a, quote unquote therapist, that's like a part of it is ingrained in who I am, but there's a lot
Yeah.
to me outside of that. Hence,
Yeah.
even why I wanted to have something like this platform because, just to show who's in the world, what's happening in the world, and key people I think that are making these contributions. So even with social media with me, I took a step back because I'm like, you know what, it's a lot. It can be a lot.
Mhm.
And so now I'm just navigating it differently, but you have my word and it's being said here today, that I
Today.
am gonna do better.
Okay.
I am. I am. I am gonna do better. Like
Okay.
consistent. Consistent. That's not my word of the year, but that is something I'm actively on with the
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah. I get
Okay,
it.
let me get the little okay.
Yeah. I get it. I get it because you want and then I guess to being licensed, you is there certain parameters that you just got to keep too, to
Yeah.
protect
Yeah. Yeah.
yourself. So
I
I
be wanting
get
to
it.
bring them into the Kiki world a little bit more, but I just can't
I
do it.
know. And so you understand. So it's like that, like,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
But and also too, I was thinking about that too, like how you want like the hater to
Uh-huh.
see that you're doing well, but it's
Yeah.
for me after a while it's kind of like, yeah, no, I'm hit
Yeah.
block. It depends on
Yeah.
who it is, but most times
Yeah.
I'm hitting, you know, yeah, I'm just like, I'm not living for you, so I'm gonna block
Yeah.
you.
And they're not even really haters though. They're really because this is I strongly believe that we are usually reflecting when people have something not want to say just negative, but when people are like, or just have a disdain, or just, I don't know why, I just don't like her. But it's really something they're internally dealing with that
Mhm.
it gets projected because we become reflections of each other. When you are showing up somewhere
Yeah.
and people are like, oh, they're a vibe, usually it means that they see you. So you have to be able to
Mm.
get past some of that fog, get
Yeah.
past some of that, get out of your own way in order to be able to see
Mhm.
other people. And that's
That
usually
would
where that
that's deep.
envy comes from.
See, that's also content. That you could have a whole talk on that. Because
We can have
I
some
think
fun.
you know why? Because I truly think that people abuse protect my peace stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna protect because where is it that you're protecting your peace and where is it that
Mhm,
you're avoiding?
mhm. Ooh,
Like
yes, yes, that's it right there, leash,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah,
Avoidance. People say, "Oh, no, I'm not doing this because I gotta protect my peace," when we're really it's the isolation, really it's withdrawal,
yeah.
really it's lack of accountability,
Mm,
like, and they wanna avoid those difficult conversations even if it's gonna pull them out of the comfort zone. People don't
yes.
like to be pulled out the comfort zone at all.
No,
So,
not at all.
we call it protecting our peace and, like all the things. You are so, so right.
I call it a
That's
cop
true
out.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. That means you just gonna have to come back and have this other talk. That's all that means. Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Um, girl. So before we get into our lightning round, I just want to really just make sure like the audience understands that this everything is like this conversation is really intentional. So when you're listening, I really want them to actually walk away and understand that there are people in this world that are really doing the work. And if you know anyone in the public health sector, if you are a part of the public health sector, this is the time for us to really give our kudos, give people their flowers while they are, doing the work and needing
Yeah.
that reassurance that it's not going down the drain because it's a lot. It's very
It's a
intense.
lot. Hmm.
And even if you love and you're drawn to it, you still have to have like some space,
Yeah,
you know, to do all the things. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's get into this lightning round real quick.
Okay.
Um, so really it's just a couple of questions to get your initial response to certain
Mhm.
questions.
Mhm.
My first one. So I definitely was trying to tailor it to the New York in you.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what you come up with. I'm very interested.
Not the New York judging before, like, let's
Come on.
see.
Come on, Kiki.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. We're gonna keep it rap first. Nas or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Gang Gang. I love,
Yeah. That was my
Jay-Z.
first concert too.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh,
I just want
I
the
went
Carters to
to
adopt me. Mhm.
oh, can they us.
Right?
Like I could just be a cousin. I don't have to be,
Okay.
I could
Okay.
be a cousin.
Okay.
I
Okay.
could be on the
Same.
nose side.
Okay. Right. True. Absolutely.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, if we gonna get in the family, we gotta figure out an
I get it.
angle.
Yeah. 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 I respect that.
Okay. Um, let me go to my list. City nights or quiet mornings?
Quiet moment. Quiet
Quiet
mornings.
quiet mornings. That's where we
At
get
this
the
stage, before it would have been city
get the
nights
stuff.
before, in this era of Eilish, is quiet mornings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay. So this is okay. So Cardi B or Alicia?
Cardi B or Alicia Keys.
Uh-huh.
Today, I'll pick Cardi B.
Cardi B.
I love
Okay.
Alicia though.
Hello. Hey, Queen.
I'll pick
But
Cardi B
Alicia.
today. But
Okay,
I
Cardi B
do, I
today.
love Alicia. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to the Cardi Mother Drama tour, or what you thinking about that?
I haven't made my mind up, but I was playing that album just driving into the ground, like when it
Oh
came
yeah.
out.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
It's in my
I,
rotation.
yeah, it was probably just one skip for me.
Hmm.
Other than that, just let it rock. But I
Yeah.
noticed though, I had to offset my Cardi.
Uh-huh.
So the interesting thing is Cardi B album came out, I think September, October,
Hmm.
and I just kept playing it. But then D'Angelo had died, and I have re-immersed myself in neo soul,
Hmm.
and I realized that music really does impact your mood because Cardi had me like, and I was just
Hmm.
like,
Hmm. Hmm.
Cardi, like I need to back up. It's kind of like when I listen to Tupac, I need to back up for
Hmm.
a second.
Yeah.
And then I went into the neo soul route. I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Oh, ooh, I feel my central nervous system feels at balance and peace. So I gotta, I love that album, but I also gotta back up every now and again because
Hmm.
it gets me like riled up.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta know when to, like, okay, let me turn this off, because then you drive. Well, I don't know. Do you guys drive? Do you drive in the car?
I am licensed to drive, but I don't drive,
Oh,
which is
you
very
don't.
common. It's very common
I
for
know.
people in New York because our train system runs all night and stuff.
Beautifully.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
well, I mean, be having stuff going on, but
Yeah.
you can get home. You get
Okay.
home. Yep.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, maybe I'll add driving to my vision board, I guess. But I'm
Oh,
licensed
okay.
too.
You are. I love that. Well, when you come here, is we behind the wheel. So
Yes.
okay.
That's fine.
Um.
That's fine.
So let's see. Coffee shop or corner cafe?
Coffee shop.
Okay. Um.
Mhm.
Late night eats or brunch?
Late night eats.
Late night eats. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. People watching or window shopping?
People watching.
People watching.
I
Okay.
live in New York. There's always something to see. It's always something to see here.
Always something to see. Okay.
Always.
Um. Big friend group or tight circle?
Tight circle.
Tight circle. Okay. Um. Music to recharge or silence?
Music to recharge.
Okay. After you just said it, like, I've been playing Cardi B, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I don't need to be recharged to fight nobody now, but I could be recharged.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Giving advice or holding space?
Giving advice, which
Okay.
got me in trouble.
Uh-oh. How so?
It gets you into trouble because some people feel like you're telling them what to do,
Mm.
and it's just
Mhm.
like so you gotta just let's see how receptive somebody is before you start talking. That's been
Mhm.
something I had to learn in the recent
Mhm.
years. Yeah, because you mean
Mhm.
well, and you're just like, oh, you because like for me, I'm excited about like, oh, let's talk about your plan. Like, let's help
Yeah.
your plan. And some people, they whatever reason, insecure. I don't say insecure, but maybe like anxiety, maybe not feeling um confident or ready to
Yeah.
do the thing, and they kind
Mhm.
of like react in a variety of ways. And so but I love like helping people map out their plans. That's like one of the
Yeah.
things that bring me joy.
Yeah. It's a gift.
It's a gift. It's in
It
me. It's not
is.
on
It
me.
is. It's not on you. It's in you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be very stereotypical with this one, so I'm gonna give that
Okay,
disclaimer.
okay.
Tim's or sneakers?
Tim's.
Tim's.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Winter for New York or summer in New York?
Winter.
Winter. So current.
Yeah.
Okay. What
It's
is
more
it about the?
beautiful. I
Okay.
think, especially around the holiday time, I always feel like nobody does Christmas like New York,
Yeah.
and all of the displays and the lights and the festivities and the vibe is just, yeah, it's unmatched. And during the summertime is cool for like the first 3 weeks, and after that, I'm like, I'm over it.
You over it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I've always okay, so everybody as in everybody I talk to that experiences the 4 seasons always thinks I'm cuckoo when I say I wanna experience living in the snow.
Oh,
Is that I really, really do. Being born here and raised in Southern Cali, beautiful, but I don't get that.
yes.
Yeah.
You
I
got
wanna experience it.
Yeah, if you don't, just go on a trip, maybe go to in the middle, go to Colorado or something like that,
Okay.
like where
Yeah.
you can kind of like be in snow without having to
Yeah.
shovel it. Because it's one
Yeah.
thing to be in the snow, it's one thing to have to shovel it. Now, that
True.
when you have to shovel it, that's when people like begin to hate it.
That's what people say. Like, girl, it's gonna be cute for like 2.5 seconds.
It'd be beautiful though. You're like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
little winter wonderland. Get your little coffee, looking out the window, like, oh, this is nice. But yeah, when it comes down to cleanup or icy
Mhm.
conditions, or when the
Mhm.
snow get dirty, then yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize snow could get dirty, but that's a
It
whole
gets
nother
dirt. Oh, girl,
conversation.
Imma send you photos.
Oh yeah, send me some photos,
Yeah,
please. Thank
it get
you.
dirty. Yeah.
2 more questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, uptown or downtown, energy wise?
Energy?
Uh-huh.
Imma say uptown.
Okay.
It's a little bit more flavor, like, when you get into, like, Harlem, when you
Mhm.
get into the Bronx, a little bit more, like, just I don't know, it's just a little different. Downtown is very prescribed.
Okay.
Depending
Ooh, I
on what
love
part of
prescribed.
downtown.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
so if you're in Midtown where it's like
Mhm.
financial,
Mhm.
then it's you see a lot of people in suits and stuff. But if you go like
Mhm.
to Lower Manhattan where it's like the artists are, or where the artists used to be, because gentrification, right?
Yeah.
You'll be a
Yeah.
different vibe in like the Lower East Side, the Village area.
Mhm.
The Heights is always, you've heard about Washington Heights, like that's,
Yeah.
but the
Yes.
thing is that a lot of these places are being gentrified. So like all the je ne sais quoi has like kind of like melted away because
Yeah.
of like the newcomers. I'll put it that way. The
Mhm.
newcomers, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. That's so
Mhm.
unfortunate. Oh my god.
Very,
Yeah.
very
I thought that was a second to last, so I got 2 more. Main character or behind the scenes?
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Oh, this is the ambivert coming out.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah,
I see you. I see you.
yeah.
Okay. And then Bronx or any other the other boroughs?
Bronx.
Oh, of course.
I'm going to defend my borough at all times. Okay, all the time. I'm gonna defend it.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
Leash, thank you. Thank you so much for the way that you show up with
Thank you.
joy, with intention, with clarity. This conversation has really just been so delightful. And it's a reminder that light work doesn't have to be heavy. So thank you
Hmm.
so much for being here. And to
Thank
all of
you.
our listeners, if you enjoyed what you heard, please, if this episode resonated, share it with someone that appreciates connection and joy and purpose. Like, follow, subscribe, all the things. And we will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to Lightwork Era. Bye.
Thank you, Kiki.
You're welcome, Leash. Bye, everyone.